It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need.
This is the season premiere, of course, and now we're right back to the next part of the video. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. And I know it was supposed to be a top 10 list, but it ended up being top 15. So we'll start at the bottom, we'll go from there, and then at the end we'll start with the honorable mentions, or we'll end with the honorable mentions. Sorry about that. Now, let's begin. Top 15 favorite games, and these are just my top 15 favorite video games. So we'll get right to it and we'll just skip to the loo, my darling. Fuck you. Here we go. Up first is Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, who doesn't love Banjo-Kazooie? Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Awesome. Now, the nuts and bolts nonsense that it ended up becoming after the purchase by Xbox or Microsoft, that was rather unfortunate, but the way they took it upon themselves to integrate the first game and the second game into each other, where you can go back and forth, you get eggs on the first game or something like that, and it unlocks secrets on the second game. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Very, very few times do you see a studio or a gaming studio or any developer do something like that, especially in these older games. Banjo-Kazooie really shaped a whole generation of platformers. It's a great game. It's beyond a great game, you know. It's not the best game in the world, but it is one of my favorites, and it is number 15 on this list. So moving on from here. Number 14, Diddy Kong Racing. Holy shit, if you don't know about this game, it's something that you need to go and pick up. You need to try to find a Nintendo 64, get your hands on it. Diddy Kong Racing! It's just amazing, you know what I'm saying? It was like Mario Kart, basically. But it was better. It was so much better. I don't even know how to describe this to you. You had hovercrafts and things and such. And there was just, it had substance to it. Diddy Kong Racing was the most unique thing at the time when it came to racing games. We're not talking graphics. We're not talking mechanics. We're talking about the pure level of joy you're going to have playing the game. And that's it. So we'll move on from that one to number 13, Pokemon Stadium. Holy fuck. If you didn't have fun playing Pokemon Stadium with yourself or with friends, it doesn't matter. Family members, whoever. Jesus Christ, what did y'all do? You're boring. You're just boring. Look, here's the bottom line. If you wanted a turn-based game that was good for battling and really getting you fucked over and ending friendships, something better than a simple fighting game, then this was it. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. They just set the stage for what would be rivalries between gamers and friends who were gamers for years to come. It was truly something unique, you know? Now, it goes without saying that Pokemon Stadium really set the pace for all of that stuff. There were games like that before Pokemon Stadium, but as far as what was the most competitive, it came down to Pokemon Stadium at a certain point in time. Until later on, that is. I would normally say this is my favorite game of all time, but it's not gonna, I'm not gonna put it there on this list. This is number 12. Mischief Makers, Nintendo 64. If you didn't have this game, I'm sorry. It is a very rare find. You know, like Evangeline. I think that's how you say that. Anyway, it's just Mischief Makers is basically Mega Man, right? With this girl named Marina. She's the main robot character or whatever. And the simplicity of this game is the thing that makes it complicated, is the thing that made it challenging. It's crazy. Look, let's just cut to the chase. Google Mischief Makers. I mean, you see here in the video what it is. It's something awesome. So, you know, the dash and the, you know, the way she picks stuff up. The boss levels were really top tier at the point in time. So let's move on to the next one. Super Mario 3. Now, this was on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatever. Super Mario 3 is the Super Mario of Super Mario games. If you've never played it, I'm sorry, you're not a true gamer. Super Mario 3 is an essential. It is. Platformers are essential pertaining to being a real gamer who challenges themselves. When it comes to this, being a real gamer and shit, you have to play the old stuff. It is what it is. It's like hip hop. You want to be a real MC, you got to listen to the old shit. All right. So you got to play the old stuff. You've got to play through older games to understand, to truly appreciate what you've got now, but not just to appreciate, to challenge yourself. Because when you have everything taken away from you, no special packs, no upgrades, no scopes, nothing, no add-ons, none of that. You've just got you and the game. And if you lose, you die 3 times. It's over, That is a real game. Number 10 on the list, Super Mario Smash Brothers. Oh man, this is the game. This is the game, right? I mean, you see the footage. This is the game that went on to spawn everything you know and love today. I mean, honestly, I don't think it got any better than when it was on the GameCube, but it started on the Nintendo 64 and it was something fucking phenomenal. Let me say that again. Phenomenal. I'm not quite sure who your favorite character was on Super Mario Smash Brothers, but mine was always Fox. And Link can really get it done. Kirby was good. Kirby was awesome. The TV show Kirby was great. We'll move on from that now. Number 9 on the list is going to be 2K23 WWE. For those of you who don't know, that's a newer game. It came out March of this year, and it is absolutely fucking phenomenal. Probably one of the most phenomenal wrestling games, and not the only one I'm going to mention on this list, ever made. It is something that needs to be seen, felt, played, to be witnessed, to be held, even if you don't like wrestling, you don't care about it, you think it's silly, whatever. Maybe you're right. But the point is, the fact of the matter is, it's a great game, and you really, really need to see what it can do. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's nothing better than jumping from the top of a ladder that's set up on the inside of the ring, diving to the outside of the ring, onto an opponent who's laid across a ladder that's laid on the edge, the apron of said ring, and the barricade on the outside of the ring, and going through said opponent who goes through said ladder, thereby breaking. It is just something phenomenal. Number 8 on the list, yell at the top of your lungs for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Man, when they came out with this shit, I thought, all right, another 2D sort of side-scroller looking thing, and then they put all of the CGI, 3D, whatever you want to call it. They put all of the graphic work into this, and the mechanics of the game are phenomenal. It is buggy, but it's a fighting game. You know what I mean? The bugs are not bugs. It's supposed to be, you're getting stuck here and stuck there and thrown over here. You got to know what you're doing. You have to be precise, as real gamers are, and Dragon Ball FighterZ, let's face it, is the best Dragon Ball game ever made. There is no adventure Dragon Ball game that's good. That new Kakarot shit, everybody says they hate it. I haven't even played that, and I'm sure it's trash. And at number 7, lucky number 7 is Left 4 Dead. Man, this game it wasn't even a challenge unless you put it on expert. But that in itself was a challenge. Left 4 Dead is something that Call of Duty Zombies will never be able to touch. A first-person shooter, you and 3 other teammates. It's 4 of y'all in total, and it's just, I mean, dare I say the first one's better than the second one, but I do love the second one. I have them both. And Left 4 Dead it gave us memories, man. Those online chat rooms where this was the game that we went to, and we would hop in we'd hop in there and we'd have a ball. It was like going someplace without going someplace. That's not how it feels now to play live. But Left 4 Dead was the co-op, the prime, premium, top tier co-op gaming experience for real gamers and online gamers, just gamers in general back in the day. Number 6 on the list, is Jak and Daxter. Get your kicks with number 6. This shit is just such a great trilogy, great game. We already made a video about it. We put it out on the other channel and we put it out on the main channel. So check it out. It's part of Sykes World. All episodes you can catch streaming now on, well, not all episodes, but you can catch a few episodes from this season, from episode 4 to 9 on season 4 on SoundCloud. You can catch all seasons and all episodes on YouTube, of course. But Jak and Daxter is just, seriously, I mean, that's top tier storytelling. And before there was a multiverse for you people to speak of, or before you fucked up the Max Payne movie with your voting and your petitions, this was storytelling. This is what it was supposed to be, and it couldn't be beat. The graphics couldn't be beat. The experience could not be beat. Number 5 on the list, Ultimate Spider-Man. Yes, it's just a good game. It's a good fucking game, right? And it holds up today, and the graphics are crazy, and it's probably the best Venom I've ever seen on any screen anywhere. Seriously, it's great. And the web swinging is intense, and the story mode picks up. I love the transitions in Ultimate Spider-Man. They're great. It's comic book stuff. It's Marvel stuff as it should be, you know? And everything just comes together perfectly in that game. And then you get to play as Venom, and you can swallow people, like literally pull them into your body and eat them whole. It's crazy. Number 4 on the list is going to be another wrestling game, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Now, the first SmackDown vs. Raw came a year before this, and it was at one time the best of the series. But then when 2006 came along and stayed around for a few years, all the other SVRs came out, and people realized that 2006 is really going to be the epitome of this thing because of just the time period and the way it felt. We were comparing everything we saw on screen to what we saw in the game. Not only that, WWE took it upon themselves to integrate storylines between real life and the game in real life, so vice versa. And we were there for it. It was phenomenal. The Undertaker feud with Chris Benoit, and this is back before Undertaker had the spandex going, you know. We all remember that run. That was probably his best run. All right, number 3 on the list is a PlayStation childhood favorite of mine, Mega Man X4, which I probably should have put at number 4, looking back at this now, but who cares? I've done it. Mega Man X4 has excellent storytelling. The gameplay is simplistic. It goes by fast. Every level is short. Every upgrade, every weapon you get is pretty damn cool. You get different colored Mega Man. You get Zero. You can play as Zero. And then they made actual cutscenes, like they animated cartoons and anime for this game. And then you can, on the newer version, you know, everything upgraded, you can play Mega Man X4, 3, 2, and 1, and you can switch back and forth between them and the original Rockman that the game was, that it came out as in a different country. So, you know, it's Mega Man X4, simplistic gameplay. It's for real gamers. If you ain't ready for if you're not ready for a real game, if you are not prepared for something that's going to challenge you, don't play Mega Man X4. Number 2 on the list, I talk about it all the time, Bully. That's right, Bully. That's right, Bullworth Academy. The days. It reminds you so much of real life when you play it. It's like growing up in that small town, or if you didn't grow up in a small town, you went to some small town, stayed there for a while, and everything that you got into reminds you of what you see on this game. You know, riding a bike from point A to B, going down back alleys and back roads, getting into squabbles here, you know, and in Bullworth Academy, the town of Bullworth, you know, there's a beach, and it's like around lake water and everything. It's just kind of isolated. It's like a perpetual non-existing world there. But Bully really reaches the peak. Jimmy Hopkins and his whole storyline, it's just great. His mother sucks, and the school he's at sucks. The people he's around suck. And he makes the best of it. He makes it go at it, doesn't he? Number 1, Sleeping Dogs. Probably, yes, it absolutely is my favorite game of all time. Just in case you guys were trying to figure out, you were like, oh, it's these other, nope, it's Sleeping Dogs. And Sleeping Dogs is just something that's so, I don't know why we have Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why they haven't revisited this. I don't know what Square Enix is doing. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. I don't know who in their right goddamn mind would try to halt or put a red light on a new project for Sleeping Dogs. The story didn't even have to be good. You just need to have that same goddamn gameplay and make it look 10 times better with the graphics and mechanics. That's it. That's it. That's all you needed for Sleeping Dogs. Wei Shin is the greatest martial artist of all time. He's the greatest fighter on the planet. Don't tell me he's not. I watched this man get his fucking knee drilled in with a drill. It was terrible. And I don't even know if that shit was on. I can't remember. But the point being, Sleeping Dogs is my favorite. And now we're going to go over honorable mentions. Every James Bond game after GoldenEye, including GoldenEye and GoldenEye Reloaded. Sly Cooper. Come on now. Yeah, you know, time travel and then his legacy and Thief and just great. And Blinks, the time bandit or whatever the fuck he was called. He can control time, quite literally. He can pause it, freeze it, rewind it, and that's what the whole game is about. Remind you kind of Time Splitters, I think. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. This has been Sykes World, Season 5, Episode 1, and we are out.
Claim to be that one. My bad, I could be high strung, but just wait for the fat pun. You better get back. Run. I came to rock you out the pocket like I'm poison. Welcome to a place where it's hard to breathe. It's always November. Here you will find no